I did a poll last month and you guys voted on an ocean video. So for this month, we're going to be doing just that, talking about the ocean and I suppose some of my ideas that I'm yet to get around to drawing. The biggest issue of being a one-man band in this is that I don't have enough time to draw all my ideas that I wish I could. But in this video, we're basically going to be exploring some concepts around the ocean, and I will be sharing some bits of art that are finished, I would say, or close to finished, of the ocean. The ocean is something that in the real world is already pretty terrifying. It is something so vast and massive it's hard to really understand unless you've been in the middle of the ocean. Then you know that feeling of really there is just nothing out there except there is so much down below. And in Barren that is something that is definitely going to stay the same, but there will be many twists, and one of those is the way that shards interact with the ocean. One of the main reasons why I wanted to kind of call the world of Barren barren is the hint that life has died and things are not the same. Sort of how barren really means plants are less green and things have died. And in that way, the ocean is no different. There will be these grand rifts that people talk about, and essentially they are these Moses-like splits in the ocean, and they seem to happen along shards that run through the ocean. They cause this image in my mind that I can't create just yet, but I will try to put some images up that I've put together or mocked up that are kind of giving the idea of it. Essentially, you walk on the bottom of the ocean, and on either side of you, miles apart, is essentially giant walls of mountains that are from the bottom of the ocean, but also the ocean just there. They are often used as a way to travel, and they obviously make up some of the highest traffic areas in the world of Barren. But alongside that, you're also a lot more likely to die. There's a reason they're not a highway, and they're more like crossing a border into a war zone. Maybe you want to escape where you're coming from, but some would say maybe traveling the ocean for a few months is more safe than going through these massive rifts. I haven't come up with a name for them yet, and I couldn't think of any whilst recording this. So if you do have a good idea for a name, feel free to just simply pop it in the Patreon or on YouTube, and if it sticks, I might just end up going with that when I make a full video on them for the main channel. Alongside that, apart from these massive rifts, another thing that will be a big thing in Barren is exploring oceanic, is that how you say it? Ocean life in more depth. I kind of find it sad that there's so many apocalyptic games, Stalker, even Stalker 2 now, Fallout, none of them really go into the ocean and its life. Fallout has a few little hints of things. They have those weird dolphins, and they have mud crabs, which are great, but I wouldn't say that's truly ocean. And Stalker has a few hints of irradiated fish and weird fish, but I want to go fully into it, and that is why long ago, I can't remember how long ago, I designed the Goblin Shark. Now, the Goblin Shark is essentially exactly what it sounds like. It's a thieving, mutated shark. Almost this horrible amalgamation of man meets fish with hints of these new formed limbs that look a little bit shoddy and show that it's not truly evolved into something that has arms, but definitely able to grab and snatch. They are called goblin sharks for that reason. They are known for thieving and stealing, whether it is grabbing fish from other predators, or in some cases, stories say that they've been seen stealing from ships or vessels that have caught fish, and they've been seen grabbing fish and basically just stealing loot in a way, kind of like a goblin. I do love this design. I think I can't wait to get 3D because I have so many ideas for underwater creatures that could be horrific. And with the rifts, the idea is that they're not going to just literally be, oh, it's just you're walking down below. The creatures there will be very much horrific bottom of the ocean creatures that have evolved to enter these shards. And what the fuck they look like, you can imagine, because things from the bottom of the ocean are already disgusting and weird. So that is something I can't wait to explore in better depth. Another design I did that is still not finalized by me is the jellyfish. It was one of my first videos I did on the channel, and it is this horrific creation. I am still working on it, as I don't know if I'm fully sold on the design, but this is definitely something that you would see in the ocean of Barren. These monstrous creatures that look fit for a dinosaur era, Jurassic era, my bad. And I can only imagine some of the sick and weird ideas that people could come up with around fish, as every time I get told about an underwater, deep ocean fish, they are always this horrific, disgusting creation. And now for a fan idea that will be one of the biggest rifts in Barren, and that is Bikini Atoll nuclear site, or nuclear if you're English, I believe. Essentially, this is a site that from the years 1946 to 1958 was a testing site or location. This consisted or spanned at least over 12 years and included 24 bombs going off, basically. As you can imagine, this led to this area being essentially, already ruined before the world had ended. And as such, when the world did end and shards became a reality, this part of the world was basically ruined, becoming what some would describe as hell on earth. I'm imagining this place is up there with at least top 3 places you wouldn't want to be. Per usual, I want to say a huge thank you to patrons and members and all the people that have bought 3D models. I want to say huge thank you for that, especially. That really helps the channel a lot, and if you do know anyone that likes 3D stuff, just send them there. A thank you for all that support. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, per usual, and I will see you guys in the next poll, which will be posted a few hours after this. And if you have any cool ideas, by the way, that you really want to see made, I might do a save ideas for upcoming months, so feel free to post them and say, hey, I'd really like to see this, maybe. Anyway, thank you.